Welcome to Denmark, where you have been admitted with special permission to attend our treatment of Hamlet.
Before we begin, we wish to go over a few procedures and regulations that are necessary to make this experience entertaining, educational, and safe for you. We will take a pause after an hour to allow you to stretch your legs, refresh yourselves. However, for your safety and the safety of our staff, please do not leave your seats at any time or use the aisleway except in an emergency. If you must leave during the treatment, please seek the assistance of one of our security staff who will safely escort you out of the facility. You may not be able to be readmitted after exiting for your own safety, the safety of other audience members, and our staff. We must remind you that Denmark is a secure facility and that the use of cell phones, cameras, and the taking of any photographs, video, or any recording device is strictly prohibited. Please, at this time, silence all cell phones and put them away for the duration of the treatment. If necessary, we will confiscate any and all such devices. We are required to inform you that this facility is under video surveillance. Help us in maintaining order. If you see something, say something. Please report any deviant behaviors to any one of our security staff.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death in memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress of this warlike state, have we, as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral and dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we here embarred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose your voice. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes, that shall not be my answer, not thy asking? The head is not more native to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth than is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence so willingly I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation. Yet now, I must confess that duty done. My thoughts and wishes bend again toward France and bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Do you have your father's leave? What says Polonius?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laborsome petition. At last, unto his will I have sealed my hard consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine, and thy best graces spend it at thy will. But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more than kin, and less than kind.
How is it the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look as a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn lack, nor the windy suspiration of forced breath, no, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together in all forms, moods, and shapes of grief that can denote me truly. They indeed seem, for their actions that a man might play, but I, that within which passeth show, these but the marks and traps of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father, but you must know, your father lost a father, that father lost his, and the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow. But to preserve an obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, an understanding simple and unschooled. For what we know must be, and is as common as any of the most vulgar thing to sense. Why should we in our peevish opposition take it to heart? Fie! 'Tis a fault to heaven, a fault to the dead, a fault to nature to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and look to us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart to you. For your intent of going back to school in Wittenberg is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here, in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall, in all my best, obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling in my heart. Come away.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting did not fix its cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie, Aunt! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed, things rank and gross in nature, possess it merely. It should come to this, but 2 months dead. Hey, not two. So excellent a king was this Hyperion Jew, a satyr, so loving to my mother that he would not retain the whims of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember. Frailty, thy name is woman.
Hail to your lordship!
I'm very glad to see you well, Horatio.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend, and what makes you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcellus.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray you, mock me not, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Oh, thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Had I met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man, taken for all in all. I will not look upon his life again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw? Who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Seizing your admiration for a while with an attent ear until I may deliver upon the witness of this gentleman this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together has Marcellus on his watch in the dead vast and middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure like your father, appears to him, and this to me in dreadful secrecy in part he did. And I with him the third night kept the watch, where just as he had delivered, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands were not more alike.
But where was it?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
It's very strange.
'Tis true, my lord, and we thought it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Holding the watch tonight.
I do, my lord.
I will watch tonight. Perchance will walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I will speak to it. Though hell should David bid me hold my peace. Fare you well. Upon the platform, twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love's is mine to you. Farewell.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convoys assistance, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primy nature. Forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more, but so.
Think it, no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness wait, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself. Then, weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whiles like a puffed and reckless libertine himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not.
Yes, here! Laertes! Aboard, for shame! Here, my blessings unto thee, and these few precepts in thy memory. See thou character, but give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his acts. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but preserve thy judgment. Neither a borrower nor lender be. For loan oft loses itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true. For it shall follow as night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. My blessings season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Time invites you. Go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is Ophelia, he has said to you?
So please you? Something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. It's been told me very oft of late private time he has given you, and you yourself of your audience have been most free and bountiful. What is between you? Give me the truth.
He had, my lord of late made, many tenders of his affection.
Affection. And you believe his tenders, as you call them.
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Marry, I will teach teacher. Think yourself a baby. What, you take these tenders as true pay?
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion, and hath given countenance to his speech with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns, the part of the soul lends, the tongue vows. I would not, in plain terms from this time forth, have you so slander a moment's leisure as to give words with Lord Hamlet, or talk to him. See to it.
I shall obey my
I
lord.
charge you, come your ways!
Here bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. Then it draws near the season wherein the spirit held its wont to walk. Look, my lord, it comes!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thy intents wicked or charitable, thou comes in such a questionable shape that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Dane, or answer me. Why, what say you? Wherefore, what should we do?
It beckons you go with it.
Do not go with it!
No, by no means.
You will not speak, then I will follow.
Do not go, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? Still I am beckoning. Go on, I follow me.
What if it tempts you toward the dreadful summit of the cliff and there assume some other horrible form which might deprive you of your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it.
But I am called still. Go on, I'll follow you.
You shall not go, my lord!
Hold off your hand.
Be ruled, my lord, you shall not go!
Still I am called. Gentlemen, hold off your hand and say away. Go on, or follow me.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
There is something rotten in the state of Denmark!
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour has almost come, when out of sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, and thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I'm bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for a day confined to fast and fires, till the foul crimes of my days of nature are burnt and purged away. Oh, list, oh, list, if thou didst ever thy father love.
Oh, God.
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder.
Murder most foul, as in the best it is. Yet this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Please me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love shall speed me to my revenge.
I find thee apt. Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that, sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark, by this forged process of my death, is rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that stung thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit and traitor's gifts, a wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon, upon my secure hour thy uncle stoled with juice of cursed Hebenon in a vial, and in the porches of my ear did pour the leprous distilment. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossoms of my sin, unhoused, disappointed, unannealed, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. O horrible, most horrible! If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and gamut incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. Adieu, adieu. Hamlet, remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven. Oh, earth, what else? Then shall I couple hell? Hold my heart. Remember thee. Yes, while the table of my memory holds a seat in my mind, remember thee. Yea, thou poor ghost, from the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records that youth and observation copied there. And thy commandment all alone shall sit in the very book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven. Oh, most pernicious woman. Oh, villain, smiling damned villain. No one may smile and be a villain. So, uncle, there you are. Now, to my word, it is adieu. Adieu. Remember me. I have sworn.
My lord!
So be it.
Hello, my lord!
Hello, ho, boy. Come, bird, come.
How is my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No. You'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord.
What say you? With heart of man once think it, but you'll be secret.
I, by heaven, my lord.
There's ne'er a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right you are. In the right. It is an honest ghost. That, let me tell you. Give me one poor request.
What is, my lord, we will.
Never to speak of that which you have seen here tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of that which you have seen. Swear. Never to speak of that which you have heard. Swear. Swear.
Go day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
And therefore, as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in earth and heaven, Horatio, that are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, here as before. Never, so help you mercy, how strange or odd, so where I bear myself, as perchance hereafter, should things meet to put an antic disposition on, that you, at such times, seeing me, never shall with arms encumbered thus, or by this head shake, or by pronouncing of some doubtful phrase as, well, we could, or we would, and if we should, or if we list to speak, or such ambiguous giving out to note that you know aught of me, this do not do. So grace and mercy God, Christ for our spirit! Come, time is out of joint. Cursed spite that ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come, let us go together.
What is the matter?
My lord, I have been so affrighted.
Of what in the name of God?
My doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered, and down guide to his ankles, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and purport as if he'd been loosed out of hell, and to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
I do not know, my lord, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist, and he held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his hand thus o'er his brow, he comes to such perusal of my face as if he were to draw it. Long stayed he so, at last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as if it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, but with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eye, for out of doors he went without their helps, until the last bend of their light on me.
Come, go with me. I will seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love. What, have you given him any hard words as of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and deny him access to me.
And this hath made him mad. I am sorry that with more heed and judgment I had not quoted him. Come, we will to the king. This must be known, which kept close might make more grief to hide than hate to utter love.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something you have heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, since nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles what it was, and what it should be more than his father's death that had thus put him so much from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. I entreat you both that, being of so young days brought up with him, and since so neighbored in his youth and behavior, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, so by your company to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion as may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus, that, opened, lies within our remedy.
Good gentlemen, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am two men there are not living to whom he more adheres.
Both your majesties, might by the sovereign power you have of us put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, play our service at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son.
Oh, heavens, make our presence and practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Amen.
My lord, I hold my duty as I do my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I think I have found out the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That I do long to hear.
I doubt it is no other but the main, his father's death, and our hasty marriage.
My liege and madam, to expostulate on what majesty should be, what duty is, why, day is day, night, time is time, would be but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity be the soul of wit, and tedious the limbs' outward flourishes, I shall be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, I do call it for to define true madness. What else is there but to be mad? Let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear, I use no art at all. That he be mad, 'tis true.
'Tis true, 'tis pity. Oh, pity 'tis true. A foolish figure, farewell it, for I will use no art. That he is mad, let us grant him then. Now, what remains is we find the cause of this effect, or rather to say, the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes with cause. Thus it remains. The remainder is thus prepared. I have a daughter, well, have while she is mine, who out of her duty and obedience mark gave me this. Now, gather and surmise. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia here. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom, these and etc.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so, but what would you think when I saw this hot love on the wing as I perceived it, I must tell you, before my daughter told me? What would you, or my gracious Majesty, your queen here, think? No, I went round to work, and to my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star. This must not be. And then precepts I gave her to lock herself away from his resort, receive no messengers except no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice. And he, repulsed, short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence into a watch, thence into a weakness, thence into a lightness, and by this declination into the madness wherein he now raves, and we all mourn for it.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may well be.
Well, take this from this, if this be otherwise.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby. At such time, I shall lose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind the arras there, mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant for a state.
We will try it.
Look where sadly the poor wretch comes reading.
Away, I do beseech you both. Away, I will board him presently. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I knew you were so honest a man.
Honest man?
Indeed, sir. For to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked with 10,000.
That is most true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god-kissing carrion, have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Though conception is a blessing, not that your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you this? Still harping on my daughter, said he did not know me. He said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone, far gone. Yet, in my youth, I did suffer such extremity for love, very near to this. I will speak to him again. What is to you read, my lord?
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
No, the matter which you read, my lord.
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men will have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, and that they have plentiful lack of wit, altogether with most weak hands. But all of which, sir, I most powerfully and potently believe, but hold it not honesty to have thus set out, as yourself, sir, should be as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though this be madness, there's method to it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air, my lord. How pregnant sometimes his responses are. My honorable lord, I most humbly take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything I will not more willingly part withal, except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
You go to seek the Lord Hamlet. There he is.
God save you, sir.
My honored lord.
My most dear lord.
My excellent good friends, how dost thou, Guildenstern? Rosencrantz, how dost thou? How do ye both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy, in that we're not over happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very bottom.
Nor the soles of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favors.
Oh, faith, her privates we.
In the secret parts of fortune, most true. She is a strumpet. But, what's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
There is doomsday near! But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, dear friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
Goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then? 'Tis none for you. For there's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me it is a prison.
Why then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bound in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is merely a shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow. But in the beaten way of friendship, what makes you at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? A free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, make speak.
What should you say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose you were sent for. And there's a kind of confession in your looks, which your modesties have not the craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you. Be even and direct with me. Were you sent for or no?
What say you?
Hey, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for...
Well be with you, gentlemen. My lord, I have news to tell you. The actors have come hither, my lord. The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical, historical pastoral, scene individual, or poem unlimited.
Oh, welcome, masters, welcome all. I am very glad to see you well. Welcome, sirs. Come, a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speaking a speech once. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido.
Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, with the width and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash, takes prisoner Pyrrhus's ear.
This is too long.
It shall to the barbers with your beard. Prithee, say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who had seen the mobile queen run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with a decent room? A cloud upon that head.
I pray you no more.
'Tis well, I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. My dear lord, have seen that these players are well bestowed. Do you hear? Let them be well used.
I will use each to their desert, my lord.
God's body can command, much better. Let every man be used after his desert. And who should escape whipping, take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We'll have a play tomorrow night. Just stop you, my old friend. Can you play the murder of Gonzaga?
I might look.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could, for me, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert it. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Well, very well. Follow that, Lord. Look you. Mock him not. My dear friends, I shall leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good day, Lord.
Aye, God be with you. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her working and all his visage wane, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, and his whole form, suiting so to his own conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do? Had he the motive, or the cue for passion that I have? Why, he would drown on the stage in tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull, muddy-mettled fellow, peak like John of Dreams, I'm praying of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my painted cross, twinks me by the nose, gives me the lie in the throat as deep into the lungs. Who does me this? Swoons, I should take it. Fine pigeon liver tonight, gall enough. Or ere this, I should have fatted out all the region kites of the slaves. Awful bloody body villain. Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Oh, vengeance! Oh, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father, murdered, prompted so to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and follow and cursing like a very drab. The scullion, fire, foam about my brain. I have heard the guilty creature sitting at a play, and by the very cunning of the scene, forced so too, have proclaimed their malefactions for murder. Though it hath no tongue, they will speak with most miraculous organ. I will have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but belch, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. And perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, is he as potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, rating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Did you assay him to any pastime?
Madam, it fell out so that certain players were overwrought in the way. Of these we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I think, they've already ordered this knight to play before him.
'Tis most true. He has beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and drive his purpose unto these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too. For we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may hear affront of Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful as files, will so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, we may their encounter frankly judge, and gather from him as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love or no, that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted ways again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, to walk you here, gracious, so it please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read upon this book. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep, to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of such a long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? For who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under the weary life, but then the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from which no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience made cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sickled o'er with a pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment, with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Soft you now, fair Ophelia. Nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
Not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with those words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should hold no discord to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. So the power of beauty will sooner outweigh honesty and transform it into his likeness, than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you. Once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not believe me. For we cannot so inoculate our own stock, but we shall relish in it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, but even I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very ambitious, revengeful, rageful with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves, all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help me, you sweet heaven.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee a plaid for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Go thy ways to a nunnery, farewell. But if thou needs dost marry a fool, for wise men know too well what monsters you make of them. Farewell.
Heavenly powers restore him.
I've heard your paintings too well enough. God has given you one face, and you give yourself another. You jig, and you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, make wanton use your ignorance. Go to, I'll have no more arms. It has made me mad. I say we shall have no more marriages. Those that be buried already, all but one shall live. The rest shall stay as they are. Go thy ways to a nunnery.
What a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observed. Quiet. Quiet down. And I, ladies most abject, wretched, that sucked the honey of his music bough. Now see, the noble and most sovereign reason, his sweet bells jingle, out of tune and heart. That unmatched form and feature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love, his affections do not that way tend. Nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There is something in his soul o'er which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatch in the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating, puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on't?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? No need to tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please, but if you find it fit, after the play, allow his queen mother, all alone, to entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him. I will be placed, so please you, in ear of all of their conference. If she find him not, then to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
Now, sir, I will the king hear this piece of work.
Yes, and the queen too, and that presently.
Bid the players make haste. Will you two help to hasten them?
We will, my lord.
Horatio, thou art even as just a man as ever my conversation coped with all.
Oh, my lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core. Aye, in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. There is a play tonight, before the king. One scene of it I have told thee of my father's death comes near the circumstance. I pray, when thou seest that act afoot, even to the very convict of thy soul, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself unkennel in one's speech, it is a damned ghost we have seen.
Well, my lord, if he still ought, whilst this play is playing at escape detecting, I will pay the theft.
The king is coming. I must be idle. Get your place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent. In faith of the chameleon's dish, I eat the air, promise grand. You cannot feed capon, so.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. Sir, you played once in the university, you say?
That, my lord, did I. I was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar! I was killed in the Capitol! Brutus killed me!
It was a brute part indeed! Kill, so capital a cap there! Bid the players ready.
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come hither, good Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, good mother. He is metal more attractive.
Oh, mark you that.
Lady, shall I lie upon your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Oh, my lord.
Do you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
Oh, that's a fair thought to lie between men's legs.
What is my lord?
Nothing.
You are married, my lord.
Who? I?
I, my lord.
Oh, God, you're only jig maker. Well, what should a man do but be married? For, look you, how cheerfully my mother looks. My father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Then let the devil wear black, for I should have a suit of sables. Oh, heaven, died 2 months and not forgotten yet. Then there's hope. An excellent man's memory may outlive his life some half year.
For us, and for our tragedy, you're stooping. To your clemency, we beg your hearing. Patient.
Is this a prologue or the poesy of a ring?
'Tis grief, my lord.
As woman's love.
For 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune's salt wash in Teleus' orb ground, and 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen about the world have times 1230s been. Since love, our hearts and hymen did our hands, unite commutual in most sacred bands.
Many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count, ere or love be done. But woe is me! You are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state, that I distrust you, yet though I distrust, discomfort you, my lord, it nothing must.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do. And thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and haply one as kind. For husband shalt thou.
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband, let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first?
Wormwood, wormwood.
The instances that marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. Second time I kill my husband dead, while second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine. Oft we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory, a violent birth, but poor validity. So think, thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy lord is dead.
Nor earth to give me food, nor heaven light. Sport and repose locked from me day and night. To desperation turn my trust and my hope. An anchor's chair in prison be my scope. Each opposite that blinks the face of joy, meet what I would have well and it destroy. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, ever I be what?
If she should break it now.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep, rock thy brain,
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world.
What do you call the play?
The mousetrap. The murder. That play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name. His wife, Baptista, you shall see anon. 'Tis a knavish piece of work. But what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king. Begin murder. Pax! Leave thy damnable faces and begin. The bellowing raven doth bellow for revenge.
Thoughts, black. Hands, act. Drugs, fit. In time, agreement. Confederate season. Thou so creature seen. Thou mixture rank of me like weeds. Collected. Hecate. Thrice blessed. Thrice infect. Thy natural magic and dire power. Unwholesome life usurp immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name's Gonzago. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What? Frightened with false fire?
How fares my lord?
Get on the play!
Knights!